Now, one company whose shares are also falling today is the Dutch beer maker HEINEKEN. It missed analyst expectations for the first half of the year. This as the firm battles slow sales in many developing markets. HEINEKEN has just announced its first half results, reporting lackluster sales, in particular in Africa, the Middle East and also in Russia. However, performance was strong in some key developing markets, in particular in Asia and also in Latin America. So Vietnam and Mexico were some real sweet spots for this brewer. Let's discuss these results with the CEO of HEINEKEN, Jean-François van Boxmeer, who joins us now live from Amsterdam. Thanks very much for coming on the show, Mr. van Boxmeer. Africa in particular is one continent that you've invested a lot in and seems to have disappointed in this first half of the year. Now, it's really interesting because with brewers, we often talk about high commodity prices affecting your businesses in terms of wheat and barley, but this time it's another commodity, oil, which is falling, and that is affecting the potential for people to buy your beer in Africa. So what do you think about that?
No, you make a correct analysis. Africa and the Middle East have been the poster child of growth for the last 11 years in HEINEKEN. We have been investing a lot of money and means behind HEINEKEN in Africa, and up so far it did deliver what it had to deliver. Going forward, low oil prices are particularly affecting countries like Nigeria, which are high and big oil producers. The same goes for Russia. And there are a number of also political factors which are against us this first half year, and which are, I think, there to stay for quite a while. In Central Africa or Egypt, tourism falling out, instability in the DRC and Burundi are not factors that are playing in our favor. But long term, with the very high growth of the population, the high growth of urbanization and the uprising middle classes, we continue to believe in the middle and the long term of Africa.
Obviously, it takes some time to bring forward these investments and get these businesses going, get traction for your brand in places like a very diverse and huge continent like Africa. But now it sounds as though you're going to have to be a little bit more flexible and pivot towards the growth areas. So Asia and Mexico are some bright spots. How are you adapting your business model to keep up with the times and make the most of what the world has to offer economically?
Well, by being a world company, we have always spread our risk across the world, taking into consideration that we need in our portfolio some more areas of stability. Those, most of the time, are also mature markets as well as growing markets. Now, they can't grow possibly all in synchrony. Hence, we have a portfolio of businesses which is pretty well diversified across the world, so that despite, for instance, this year, some lower income coming from Africa, overall, we are still organically showing a very good and solid growth for this first half of the year. And you pointed it out, it comes out of Mexico, it came out of Southeast Asia, and it also came out of Europe this year.
A final question for you. Why are you not in Rio de Janeiro? How are the Olympic Games going to be affecting HEINEKEN? Because obviously you're quite involved as well there, aren't you?
Now, we are involved at the Dutch National Olympic team. We have been sponsoring the so-called Holland HEINEKEN House for quite a while now, and it's a collaboration between the Dutch Olympic national authorities and the teams and HEINEKEN to go all the way down to Rio, and I'm going myself, in fact, tomorrow. And we hope for good games and for the Dutch to display the best of them and bring back home that orange feeling that we are so proud of.
Being half Dutch, I myself am with you, half with you there, and I'm glad to know that you're going to Rio de Janeiro to enjoy those games. Thank you very much for that. Jean-François van Boxmeer joining us live from Amsterdam this hour.